SPEC Green International Awards là một giải kiến trúc danh giá dành cho kiến trúc sư trẻ, sinh viên kiến trúc tại Việt Nam và khu vực châu Á suốt nhiều năm liền, dưới sự bảo trợ của Hội Kiến trúc sư Việt Nam, nhà tài trợ Sơn SPEC thuộc công ty Four Oranges và đơn vị thực hiện công ty cổ phần thiết kế và truyền thông Kiến Việt. Với mục đích xuyên suốt để hưởng ứng tuyên ngôn Kiến trúc Xanh Việt Nam cùng các tiêu chí kiến trúc xanh đã được Hội Kiến trúc sư Việt Nam công bố. Là một trong những thành viên ban giám khảo tại giải Kiến trúc Xanh SPEC Green 2018, ông Douglas Lee Snyder, phó giám đốc phụ trách thiết kế bền vững, công ty ARDOR, đã để lại nhiều ấn tượng với các kiến trúc sư và sinh viên kiến trúc tại Việt Nam bởi những kinh nghiệm dày dặn của mình.
For me, I saw it as a great opportunity, an exciting opportunity to help promote green building in Vietnam. And this was another opportunity for me to collaborate with other green building focused professionals to highlight some really great designs. I hadn't reviewed 200 designs in 2 days before, so that was a new thing for me. It was great just to interact with everybody and see and feel that the green building movement is going faster and is stronger in Vietnam. I guess maybe different people have different interpretations of what the core value of SPEC Green is, but for me, I think it's innovation in design to meet the needs of humanity, of people in Vietnam, our urban development, without compromising the environment. So how do we innovate? How do we design to make ourselves comfortable and to have a good lifestyle? But how do we do that without damaging the environment? And how do we do it to preserve the future? Yeah, that's a great question because many people don't know what green building is, and sometimes people think it just means putting a lot of trees around a building or something like that. People think first of, like I said, about trees, but really we have to think about people and the aesthetics. So people need to be comfortable in a building. It needs to serve the community. It has to have a good purpose. And it needs to be beautiful, even. We need to make sure the environment inside is really healthy for us. And with climate change coming, we need to make sure our buildings can deal with the extreme weather and the extreme temperatures that are coming. So we have to make sure the buildings function to protect. There's kind of some of the more typical things that people think about, which is energy efficiency. So with climate change, again, becoming such a huge issue in the world, buildings consume up to 40% of the energy that we consume. Buildings are the most responsible for climate change, and so we need to make buildings more efficient, extremely more efficient. Generally water efficiency, which can be approached from a few different ways, but we have to protect and is also threatened by climate change. So we need to make sure that our buildings are using water effectively and efficiently, even rainwater if possible. So 40% of materials also that are consumed in the world go to buildings. So material sustainability is critical, is really important. And the current focus is towards life cycle assessment, life cycle analysis of materials. Kind of what I mentioned, but it's the toxicity of materials in the indoor environment and trying to protect people's health. How do we choose the sites, choosing a safe location, a location that doesn't flood, and a location where we can protect maybe some of the habitat that's already there, some of the trees that are already there. So taking care of the land is really important too. The last thing is to consider is related to that, and that's the transportation. So you could build a really great green building, but if it takes everybody an hour to drive there in their car, then the carbon footprint of the building is really high. Those are the categories that we consider when looking at green building. And be excited to be a juror again. It was a great opportunity for me last year. And what I would like to see this year, I think that the stakes for climate change, the risk of climate change is higher and higher every year. So we really have to see some designs that tackle energy efficiency and add in some renewable energy to deal with climate change. And I think the other issue which came up last year is the balance between aesthetics and beauty in design, and the green building effectiveness or the sustainability of the building. One thing that we'd love to have the architects keep in mind is try to have that balance between the two and include both in their design. So the challenge this year will be to see if architectural teams and designers can keep both in their designs, both beauty and green building function.
Trải qua hành trình 5 năm với gần 1.000 bài dự thi, ARDOR Green International Awards vừa là cơ hội thể hiện đam mê với các không gian hình khối, sáng tạo các giải pháp thực tế xanh, bền vững, vừa truyền cảm hứng cho những tài năng kiến trúc sư trẻ, sinh viên kiến trúc, khuyến khích sáng tạo cho nền kiến trúc xanh Việt Nam.